on the stairs. Looks like Angelo Mosca, others, they're going out the side door. Well, wait a minute. Buddy, we got some kind of confusion going on. Bob, Dave Togi, our director, do we still have the remote camera set up? What do we got here? What's the problem out here? Somebody is down outside. Somebody is down outside in the parking lot area.
Let's get him in the car, man.
Obviously, somebody being helped here, trying to get a handle on who it is.
That's Barry Windham. Look, his face is all bloodied up.
I wonder if he got hit by a car.
Gordon, I have seen car wrecks before. I have been around wrestling all of my life. This man has been worked over. He has been beat up. That is not a car wreck. How do you have a car wreck in a parking lot, something like that to happen? So far, I haven't seen Joe Leduc. I saw him going up the stairs a little while ago, but Joe Leduc hasn't come to the ring either.
Well, we've got a problem here, and it's obvious that Barry Windham is being, he is out. He is out, and so assistance is being rendered to Barry Windham, and there's Angelo Mosca Jr., and it certainly appears to me that they're obviously taking, I heard just somebody shouting back, they're taking to a hospital, so that apparently is what is being done at this time. Now, that leaves us in a very, very strange position here, buddy.
Well, obviously, Gordon, Barry Windham will not be able to wrestle tonight if they're taking this young man to the hospital, and there was no way that was a car wreck. That man was worked over. I have seen many things like that in the past. Now, here's Joe Leduc coming into the ring. He's finally making his appearance, and why Joe Leduc is so late getting here, I really don't know myself.
Let's see what's going to happen next. We've got a situation here now. Joe Leduc, the Florida heavyweight champion, is in the ring, and Chet Tharp, the ring announcer, and Leduc obviously waiting for his opponent. And of course, we now know where Barry Windham is. Most of the people here at the Armory, the thousands that are here, I'm sure are not aware of this. We were fortunate enough to be able to pick some of that up.
Well, Gordon, I suppose you're as confused as I am as to what actually happened to Barry Windham, but it's quite clear that Barry Windham will not be making an appearance in here in the ring tonight.
Well, I certainly have to agree with that assessment, buddy. It's extremely disappointing and a very disturbing turn of events. And let me... Just a moment, please. Let me get with the referee here, Bill Alfonso. Yeah, Bill. Let's...
Barry Windham was just injured in the parking lot real bad. He's seriously injured. They just took him to the hospital. We didn't know what happened. We heard some commotion. We ran out there. There's a lot of people out there. His blood, it was terrible. But anyway, we're going to have to start this match. They took Barry to the hospital. It's going to be a forfeit. No other choice. So they took Barry to the hospital.
All right, I understand.
We went out there, monster everybody. I don't know. A bad incident.
Well, all right, that's it. Obviously, we've heard the official word from the referee, Bill Alfonso. The fact that Barry Windham is not here. Obviously, he has been injured. He has been removed to the hospital. This means he cannot go against Joe Leduc for the Florida Heavyweight Championship, and this means, of course, that Leduc gains, if I may say, a very, very cheap victory here tonight, if you want to call it that. Let's try and get the official word now from our ring announcer. Wrestling fans, I have some bad news. Barry Windham was injured. Barry Windham was injured very seriously in the parking lot. He was taken to the hospital. He will not be able to wrestle here tonight. He is en route to the hospital at this moment. We're going to have to forfeit the match and give the match to carefully. Barry, I know you are still in a lot of pain, but I think it would be of utmost importance for all of us to find out exactly, just exactly what did happen. It's nice to see that Dusty Rhodes and Blackjack Mulligan have joined us here at the desk. Very exactly what happened.
The film does not tell very much what happened. All you see is me laying out on the pavement. But what happened is I got a phone call about 7 o'clock, and it said that my match was going on late in the night. And they also said, would I go by Tampa General Hospital to see a young boy that was very sick that was in room 219. His name was Scott Halliburton or something like that. I went by, there was no one there by that name. I arrived at the building, and it was raining outside. Ronnie Bass stepped out in front of my car. For what reason at the time, I did not know. But Joe Leduc opened my car door and yanked me out of my car. And then both of them, two of them, proceeded to leave me laying in the middle of the parking lot, beating me, trying to break my arm. They had my arm in the car door, stomping on my throat. I can hardly talk. I can't even talk today, my friend. What these two men have accomplished here, all they've accomplished, they made me very mad. You haven't hurt me bad enough to keep me down. I'm getting sick and tired of this bull. Getting hurt all the time. When I got into this, I didn't know that it was going to be like this. I didn't know I was going to be hurt. I didn't know I was going to be beat in the parking lot. I didn't know I was going to be thrown around and hurt all the time. Now I know. It's taken me a long time to learn that it's really a lot rougher than I thought it was. Now we're getting right down to it. I don't want my arm broken. I don't want to break anybody's heart, but if that's the way you want to play, if you want to pull people out of their cars in their parking lot, we'll do it. Sometimes I'm afraid to come out of my house. I'm looking around. I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm looking under my car. And I don't like that one bit. So now it's come right down to it, Joe Duke. No matter where it is, you better watch your back, because I'm going to come in the parking lot. I'm going to come everywhere, and I'm going to be all over you. I'm sick and tired of all of this. And I can say a lot more about it, but I don't think I can on TV. You just better be ready for me, brother, because it's going to be in the ring, in the parking lot.
Thank you, Gordon. You know, it's the condition I'm in. I'm not even breathing. Because...
And perhaps you'd like to explain, here we have Barry Windham going up against Joe Leduc, and both men obviously showing the marks and the fatigue from a very, very hard-fought battle. We're deep into the match at this point in time, and it is Leduc back on his feet, moving against Barry Windham. Canadian freight train plants a boot in the side of the rib cage, and at this point in time, the freight train seems to be rather well under control. The match outside the perimeter of the ring ropes itself now, as Leduc continues to punish Barry Windham.
I'm trying to remember, Gordon, trying to recollect this particular match. The Bayfront Center, yes, I remember we had a very large crowd there to see that particular evening, and yes, it's kind of coming back to me. This was a very hard-fought match. Yes, I do remember.
Okay, that's fine, Mr. Dillon. At least we've established the fact that your memory is serving you. A good lariat-like punch by...
You're not going to say anything about him hiding behind the referee to get that either, are you, Soley? You don't ever like to point that out, do you, Soley? Huh? What's wrong? The cat got your tongue all of a sudden.
Well, this was a Texas death match. It's coming back to me, a Texas death match. And here's the 30-second rest period. And Wyndham's already violating the terms of this match by attacking Joe Leduc during the 30-second rest period. And I think the bell was ringing, and Bass thought it was time for his bull rope match with Rhodes, and he came to the ring, and Windham, you could see it, he tried to attack him, and the man's defending himself. He would do what any man would do. And here comes Mulligan, back jumping again, a backstabber. Perfect example of the tradition of the family, a bunch of bushwhackers and backstabbers. That's exactly what they are.
If this film goes far enough, Scully, I want you to see what happens to back jumpers right here, Scully. You watch what happens to big black Jack Mulligan.
It looks to me like Mr. Mulligan has things pretty well under control at this point in time. I find it rather difficult.
Let's see if we can pick up the conclusion of the Texas death match here, which is for the Florida title. He's calling for the bell. Let's see, the winner is, yes, the winner is Big Joe Leduc, the Canadian freight train. This match is over. It's beyond the sanction of the National Wrestling Alliance. It's out of anybody's hands. Now it comes time for payback for backstabbers and bushwhackers. You know, another thing. Your qualifications. You are probably one of the greatest Florida champions of all time, and it must be a very proud moment for you coming down from Canada, where I know you're regarded by wrestling experts, not only in Canada, but throughout the world, as Canada's greatest athlete of all time.
I imagine Mr. Soley told you about the great Canadian. The best Canadian, may I say, because Joe Leduc, as Mr. Soley knows so very well.
Yes.
And also everybody else around here knows so very much.
I'd like
the
to ask
greatest
you a question,
Canadian.
Mr. Leduc. Who is really the champion of the Canadian lumberjack match?
I know you know what the answer, but
And who
it's
is
me.
who is the champion of the Canadian death match?
Mr. Dillon, vous savez la réponse de ça. Merci.
And the Canadian strap match. I know I'm embarrassing you.
I am.
And I'm putting you in an awkward position, Mr. Leduc, but I
am the greatest athlete.
Now, wait a minute. I'm interviewing Leduc. Obviously, you need a new set of glasses, J.J. Dillon, because this is Canada's greatest athlete. A man with a body like that can only go around talking about being Canada's greatest athlete. Well, I'm just a champion without a belt. We're talking about Canada's greatest athlete. I have the credentials.
And you were saying
Well, let me tell you, you claim that you are the king of the lumberjack matches, huh? Well, I'm the man who walks and talks. You keep that toilet open any longer, and I'll make sure I fill it and flush it and prove to the people that I am Canada's greatest athlete.